So you've asked me to teach you how to make a anchor system out of 3 points of contact on the rock and out of 2 points of contact on the rock. I'm going to start with 2 points of contact on the rock and teach the sliding X method. Okay, so we're going to pretend that the bed has 2 bolts for anchors. So we're just going to say an anchor is here. So I'm going to take my quick draw and place it on one of the anchors. I'm going to take my carabiner and place it on one of the anchors. And I'm going to take my other carabiner and place it on the other anchor. And I like to use not runners, just webbing that's not pre-made into a loop. So I'm going to show you how to do it with that kind of webbing. And you just run it through for 2. Depending on how long you need it, you can run it through twice or run it through once. So I obviously don't need that much webbing to show you how to do this. So I'm going to run it back through to double up and make the length a little bit shorter. And just pull it through. And so you have 2 ends because it's not tied together. So you can tie it like you're tying a figure 8, which is a pretty strong knot. You just follow it back through the whole way around and out, and your rope is now connected. So you have 2 loops, or 1 loop going the whole way through. Put the camera over here for a second. Okay, so you're out here, and like the rock is going down right here, so you need to create the sliding X, where you take the top rope and you flip it and keep it tight, and then you kind of end up with this X look on the rope, which makes it pivotal with the same weight the whole way around. Okay, imagine that the carabiner would stay on the bolt. Okay, so you have your sliding X because you flip the top rope and it gets proportioned the entire way across. And you take 2 carabiners facing opposite directions like this, which stays free in momentum, or free in motion, and adds equal pressure to all points. And you put your rock climbing rope through right here, and that's with 2 points of protection on the rock. So that is the sliding X with 2 points, with 2 bolts on the rock. Hi, so now I'm going to teach you how to make a anchor system out of 3 bolts of protection on the rock. So you have, again, 1 bolt here, 1 bolt here, 1 bolt here. You put carabiner on each bolt, so 1 carabiner, 3 carabiners. You take your webbing and you run it through the carabiners after you put them on the bolts. You tie your knot of choice. This is tubular webbing, so I'm just going to tie a square knot. Okay, and then now that you have this, for it to be equally proportioned and your weights equal at every point of contact, you grab it between the 2 carabiners, you bring it down, and you meet it in the center like this, which creates equal pull on all bolts at all times. So you have this type of W thing. It's called the W because it looks like a W, and you place 1 carabiner on 1 W from that carabiner, or from those 2 bolts down, and you put 1 carabiner on this W. And you can see that the carabiners are apart from each other because of this W, and they can slide. So if your rope goes this way, it pulls. If your rope goes this way, it pulls, but it's equal. So that's how you set an equalized anchor system to the rock with 3 points of bolts. This is primarily what you want to use. Every time there's 3 bolts, you want to use